A very good morning to all the members here. Firstly, I'm glad to welcome all the board members to our meeting. Thank you for being present in this meeting. Is everyone here? Can we call this meeting to order?
Yes, Miss Joey.
Glad to hear it. Are there any apologies for absence from today's meeting?
Yes, Miss Joy. Mr. Jaden is on medical leave due to being admitted to the hospital yesterday because of acute appendix.
Thank you, Mr. Haziq. Let's start our meeting today. The purpose of holding this meeting is because I want to know, is there any methods happening at our hotel and what should we do to get rid of this? I also welcome any sort of suggestion and opinions regarding this situation. So, may I know the first method that currently happening?
I'm here to update you on an upcoming initiative within the company. In the next 2 months, our company is set to roll out a hybrid work policy, fostering flexibility by having employees spend 2 days at the office and 3 days working remotely. This approach aligns with evolving workplace trend, priorities a balanced work environment. Our human resource department has conducted a true assessment of the workforce sentiment. Many employees are requesting a monthly allowance to cover expenses associated with working from home. Additionally, there have been requests for full-time remote work, primarily motivated by the needs to care for children while continuing to fulfill job responsibility. Therefore, I have communicated the relevant information to all departments regarding the matter at hand, so we can jointly take measure against this situation.
Thank you, Mr. Haziq, for the report. Mr. Aiman, I would like to ask a question from the report of Mr. Haziq. I assume you may have already received the report from the HR department and evaluate the influences on our hotel's operation, especially productivity and at operational costs. May I know the result of it?
Okay, Ms. Joy. So good day, everyone. I'd like to call attention to the link between mixed works policies and higher productivity. It is obvious that giving employees more flexibility in their work hours promotes a better work-life balance and reduce burnout. The time saved for commuting can be used for more productive tasks. Now, examine the cost-saving element. The hybrid work lifestyle result in significant saving on office space, utilities, and overhead expenses. Employees also benefit from lower travel and professional attire expenditures, which help to cut the total operational cost. Ms. Joy, when we examine this issue, it is critical to recognize the influence on employee happiness and morale. The flexibility provided by a hybrid work paradigm tends to increase satisfaction, resulting in higher employee retention rates. This decrease turnover costs and satisfied employees are more likely to go above and beyond their obligation. Furthermore, the issue of increasing operational efficiency is noteworthy. Fostering a culture of accountability and autonomy among employees throughout a hybrid work arrangement can result in more streamlined workflow, faster decision-making process, and ultimately better operational efficiency. To summarize it, the deployment of hybrid work rules not only boost productivity but also reduce costs, increase employee happiness, and improve operational efficiency. These are important topics to consider as we continue our discussion about the future of work arrangement. So thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Aiman, for your report. Well, this is a good news for our hotel's implementation. But even though, as Mr. Aiman says, it's expected to be a win-win situation, I still have some concern about it. Is there any other companies also have the same situation? So, Miss Atira, did you find other company with the same policy? I would like to hear about the outcome.
Hello everyone. As we know that COVID-19 have affected every sector of industry across the world. With the new standard operating procedure from government, our company permitting employee to work from home has a range benefit from them and the company. To sustain a healthy working environment for the worker and the organization, the shift from face-to-face work is a difficult process that need a clear protocol and careful planning. I believe some companies use this policy with a different approach, where these regulations are to ensure employees are not physically present. but use the same communication method, resources, and protocol to keep the organization running effectively. According to my perspective, several organizations provide an allowance to their employees based on a remote policy. I think that the corporation should pay allowance to individual who are eligible enough to work from home during the MCO. However, I believe by providing allowance can contribute to fairness, equity among employees. Next, providing allowance for remote work policy to worker can indeed have an impact on company productivity, both positive and negatively. By supporting worker work from home can improve worker satisfaction and morale. In return, it can improve productivity by lowering absenteeism and presenteeism. For the negative impact, not all employees may have access to reliable internet connection or adequate software tools to perform their tasks effectively from home. So the IT department need to create and set up the system to ensure all the workers can access the company software. Lastly, providing allowance may affect the company operation costs, which means this will be additional expense. It will impact our direct financial support, include the bonus, stipend, and compensate for the risk faced during the pandemic. Furthermore, the finance department may need to adjust the budget to accommodate this additional expense, even though this will be short-term for the staff during the pandemic. I believe we need to find a new strategy to increase the company revenue to offset the increased costs. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Akira, for the report on the research study. It seems that other companies have a great outcome on the same policies as us. However, still a question that I'm concerning. Mr. Imam, may I know if there are any privacy issues if we implement this policy? Because like our document secrets or something else information may spread out from our hotel. I'm pretty concerned about it.
Alright, we'll be discussing the implementation of a hybrid work model in the field of information technology for our hotels with a primary focus on security. Let's dive into the key aspect. First off, we need to evaluate our current access controls and authentication mechanism for hotel documents and sensitive information with employee from various locations. We must ensure that our controls are robust and adaptable. We should consider implementing multi-factor authentication to add an extra layer of security. Also, a periodic review of access permission is crucial to prevent any unauthorized access. Next, moving on to data encryption and storage. We need to implement robust encryption for both data in transit and data at rest. This is non-negotiable for safeguarding sensitive information. Additionally, we need to consider the risks associated with employees saving confidential documents locally on personal device. Now, on to employee training and awareness. Regular sessions are essential to educate employees about security best practice, especially in a hybrid work setting. We should emphasize the importance of safeguarding confidential hotel documents and reporting any suspicious activity promptly. Therefore, from the above on our discussion, it is applicable to accept the decision and it most definitely will not affect at the hotel's privacy issue. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Imam, for the report. The firm commitment from the IT department is letting me have a great confidence in the IT department to ensure that privacy issue in our hotel will not be leaked. Other than the above we discussed and losses to our hotel, is there any way to ensure the success of our implementation? Ms. Celine, may I have some of your suggestions or opinions from you?
Good day, everyone. To ensure successful implementation of the hybrid work policy while maintaining productivity and controlling operational costs, I have found out some ways that can respond to the request and ensure work productivity and operational costs are not greatly impacted. First, is flexible work arrangement. We can use a methodical strategy to satisfy employee needs and the hybrid work policy by giving workers the option to work from home as needed, especially if they have childcare responsibilities. By offering flexibility can allow employees better balance their personal and professional obligations, which boosts morale and job satisfaction. Next is expenses reimbursement guidelines. By providing an extensive procedure for the payment of expenses to reduce employees' worries about their income when working from home. In order to assist employees with costs like office supplies, utilities, and internet bills, consider giving a monthly allowance. To maintain fairness and openness, analyze and adjust the reimbursement policy on a regular basis in response to feedback and changing circumstances. Furthermore, we can provide remote work infrastructure and support to enable efficient communication and cooperation between in-office and remote workers. We can create a strong remote work infrastructure that includes stable internet connection, collaboration tools, and security features. Employees can improve their remote work arrangement as well as resolve any technical issues by having training and technical support. Employees' productivity can also be maintained wherever their physical location by implementing the right technological resources and support and reducing operational issues.
Thank you, Mr. Lim, for the report. I am happy to hear your opinions. These are very great in ideas, and I believe it's very helpful to our implementation. Lastly, I would like to hear from you, Mr. Haziq. As a human resource manager, you probably have some opinions from our discussion, and I'm willing to hear them.
Okay, now I want to tell some ways to answer any request from employers. As someone who hold a human resource position, we need to listen employer request first and try to understand what the employees need. If any employer want to request something, we will look their request based on the rules set by the company for each employer request. We don't need to give an immediate decision or reject their request on the spot. Now I will tell several ways to respond in a professional manner to the employer request. Firstly, assess current condition and employer performance. I will compare employer requests according to company standard and policies. If I decide to approve their employer request, I will tell the decision to the employer clearly. Not only that, in those decisions, I will provide rational decision and benefit for for employer and the company. And the same time, I will set clear expectation and guideline for other employer to follow. Secondly, the request need to consult with superior regarding the request. Depending on the types and scope of the employer request, HR department need to obtain approval from a superior such as a supervisor or senior management. Lastly, if HR department decide to reject an employer request, they will communicate to the employer in a respectful. HR department will give reason why the employer request is rejected. One of the reason being challenges or obstacle that cannot approve their request. In addition, HR department will provide some alternative solution. For example, if it's not possible to give them a raise, HR will give them some offers such as feedback or training opportunities.
Thank you, Mr. Haziq, for the report. Let me conclude that from our discussion. From the finance department, Mr. Aiman highlighted deploying hybrid work rules not only increase productivity but also reduce costs, enhance employee happiness, and improve overall operational efficiency. Next, from the marketing department, Ms. Atira studied that understood the significant impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on global industry leading to a paradigm shift in work dynamics in companies, including our own. Allowing employees to work from home that implement the hybrid work policy have achieved a great outcome. Then, from the IT department, Mr. Ima committed that privacy issue would not be affected and ensure the employees knew the significance of privacy issues. Besides, from the engineering department, Ms. Celine had given the opinion of a flexible work arrangement, expenses reimbursement guidelines, and remote work infrastructure and support to ensure our success in implementation. Lastly, from the Human Resource Department, Mr. Haziq gave his opinion on answering the requests from employees such as assessing current condition and employee performance, and consultation with superiors also with the suggestion of rejection to employees. Since that is the end of our discussion, because I'm glad to hear our hotel on the policy expected to have a great outcome. For our expectation, I also agreed above discussion and is decided to approve the request from our employees with the result from our board members. Therefore, I would like to ask everyone if there are any objection to my decision.
No, Miss Yui, so far all okay.
No.
All right, everyone is agree with my decision. Mr. Haziq, please give an announcement to the employees from our decision and discussion with our result.
Yes, Miss Joy.
Now let's end up this part of our discussion. Did we have any other matters from our hotel that we need to discuss?
No, Miss Joey. At the moment, we only have an issue with the hybrid working policy. Everything else is fine, no issues.
All right, then it seems like this is the end of our meeting. Thank you everyone for joining this meeting and thanks for the cooperation. And I will end the meeting now. Goodbye.
Thank you, Miss Joey.
Thank you, Vijay.
Thank you, Miss Joy.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you, Ms. Zoe.